Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, yesterday we finished up on Revelations chapter 20, where we saw the millennial reign of Jesus Christ. Jesus comes back to planet Earth in Revelations chapter 19 with his saints at the end of the tribulation, that 7-year period of God's wrath being poured out on earth. And then he comes back with his saints to rule and reign, as we learn in chapter 20, for 1,000 years. Satan is bound, but at the end of the 1,000 years, he's released for a short period of time. One more time, he tries to overthrow Jesus Christ from his throne in Jerusalem, and he is wiped out by God, thrown into the lake of fire, and then the final great white throne judgment takes place for all the dead of all the ages. That's chapter 20. Now, chapter 21. Oh man, I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about eternity. And so let's start reading in verse 1 of chapter 21. Now, okay, after everything he saw in the previous chapters, and especially what he saw in chapter 20, he says, "Now I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. Also, there was no more sea. Then I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. Then he who sat on the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said to me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said to me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give the fountain of the water of life freely to him who thirsts. And he who overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son." Oh, those first 7 verses of chapter 21 tell us of a time yet to come that will be an eternal blessed place, we call heaven, a place of eternal blessings and the very presence of God. That's exciting. We have something to look forward to. You know, the Bible is a revelation. And that's interesting to me because, we can know that there is a God by the fact of creation, but to know him personally, to know his plan, to know his will, to know what's happening in my life, your life, what is our destiny, we need a revelation. The whole Bible is a revelation. It's an unveiling of who God is and what God is doing on this earth and in our lives. And to me, it's so fitting that the last book of the Bible is called Revelation, because it reveals to us the future of what it will be like in the very end of time and the beginning of eternity for us. Now, God has always been in eternity. He is the eternal God. He's the everlasting God. We live in time and space. In other words, we live in a finite time. We have yesterday, we have today, we have tomorrow. But there is coming a time when there will be time no more. It will be eternity. And we're going to be looking at that as we look at Revelations chapter 21 and 22. Now, there's a lot of speculations. There's a lot of differences as to the details about what takes place in this time and what it looks like and the character of it. But I believe with all my heart there is a definite place called heaven. Jesus said, "In my Father's house are many mansions." He says, "I go to prepare a place for you." And just as surely as there was a Jesus who walked on planet Earth 2,000 years ago, who lived a perfect sinless life, who died on the cross, who was buried, who conquered death, hell, and the grave, who rose again, I'm telling you, Jesus told us there's a literal place called heaven we can look forward to. And we're going to be looking at the eternal place called heaven over the next few days as we look at chapters 21 and 22. And I hope you'll be encouraged and find great hope in our eternal future with Jesus Christ. God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.